Good morning. How you doing?
GM. I'm fucking great.
You feel hyped today?
I'm feeling hyped, man. I'm feeling good. We got one of the big mints out of the way, and here we are, Wednesday morning.
115 ETH bid on Invisible Friends there are too. Is that you?
Fun. No, but I love the name of the person who bid on it. Where did that go? Very broke individual.
You want to talk about fucking names? All right. Last night I had to do an
fucking names.
I had to do an Ether orc space, as you know, with the Young King Maz. We did our community thing or whatever. Yes. Now, orcs have a channel for the spaces where they put, subjects, people who want to come up. Well, lo and behold, one of the people who suggested a subject was tagged, and it was like, can you bring him up? So I had to go up there on my star catchers. I had my ab-ripped Ariel made star catchers. I announced this subject and I said, and can we please invite up Micropeen to the stage, please? Is there a
Micropeen in the audience?
Yep. These fucking guys with their names, I swear on my life, making me up to Micropeen. Micropeen, anybody? Going one, fucking A. That is a good luck. These orcs, they're out of their minds. Micropeen.
GM, everybody, Ashtray, Salami, Rad, Cambo, who's ready to lose some money, as always.
I should tell you, you're on the lemon chill sesh right now. I'm about to hop off, but I brought them on for the intro. So everyone say hi.
Hello, Lemons.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Faded Native. What's going on?
Faded Native. We love the Faded Native. All right, guys, I'm going to mute for now. I don't want to steal up all your conversation.
Hologram. Love you, dude. SBM, James, Bunya, Bailey K, Mio, Xiao, Micropeen, not in the audience yet. Micropeen, if you're out there, wish us a GM.
I actually like Micropeen. Wait a minute. I like this person with this name in the Discord. They're very actually intelligent and good at orcs.
They asked a good question. It was a good conversation.
They did. Oh, great conversation with orc. Man, all we do is talk about community in this game because we know it's what contributes to a flourishing long-term projects. Well, when you hear these orc nerds get up there and start talking about orcs, you and I say it all the time, right? P2E must be fun to play for other reasons than the E. It must be about the P. And man, people love the P. You feel me?
You got Micropeen and loving the P. Got it.
He's loving this talk. Well, whatever. All I'm saying is you hear it in the voice of the orcs community. They are committed. They are rabid. And honestly, they're playing for other reasons that, in fact, you hear guys coming up like, oh, I know I should sell this ally, or maybe I should have just taken the Zug that month because but I just needed another orc. I mean, an ogre. I just needed that light blue ogre. It's, yeah.
It is incredible how strong that game continues to be. I know we talk about ogres a lot.
Yeah.
Or orcs, sorry. But I mean, it's just, it's top tier stuff.
Flurify's got jokes. I'm here. That's just not my username.
Oh, that's what he was talking about, man. Look
at that. This guy's
shortest track memory.
On the show, Flurify. I bet you he's got the quickness. Got jokes.
Eternal Elves dropping L2. Why is Hassan from Raid Party bidding 100 ETH on Invisible? Is that Hassan? Do we know that? Or are you just stirred up shit?
Why is Hassan from Raid Party bidding on Invisible Friends? Because he's Hassan. What do you do? Why are you asking that question? He loves NFTs. He buys very high-priced NFTs.
Hassan made plenty of money, I'm sure, before Raid Party too.
Oh, was that the implication? Is that I see what you're implying.
You're spending rape. No,
you don't imply things.
Do whatever he wants with his money.
No,
I don't know if that's actually Hassan though. I don't know if he's just fucking around. Dope. Yes, Wednesday. God, what's the word? How was your Tuesday? I guess I ask you that after the intro.
It was fabulous, R2. It was fabulous. I made it a Tuesday to remember.
Did you?
I wrote down in my journal before sleeping afterwards. It helps, whatever day you've had, it helps to write in your journal, both for the cathartic therapy of getting your expression out, but also to help remember things. People will often ask you, what did you do this time, this place? And you forget. Well, when you write things down in a journal, you would be surprised how much you remember.
So you actually do write down in a journal?
No. Never. These are just facts that I know.
Yes. I've heard good things about it. Don't do it myself. I try and write down anything. Brutal.
Ella would like to know when I sleep. Well, Web3 is in a time and place in which sleep. What were we talking about?
I'm worried about you, man.
I'm very tired, Ella, but
I'm worried about you.
Just, it's happening.
Fleur got banned from Twitter. Yes. Her account did get banned, and if any of you are surprised by that, you let me know.
Because, we talk about decentralization a lot, but Twitter's centralized, and it's very obvious. In fact, not just obvious, but Fleur would type about how she pumps and dumps with joy, with where are these idiots that I can dump my bags on?
Yeah, one of the most famous tweets that she made was, I can't wait for Coinbase Marketplace to come online so that there's an influx of normies that I can dump my bags on.
And again, I know we in the DGen dojo make some very randy jokes and we have some, fun, okay? But this person runs an entire Discord in which she attempts to manipulate price, talks about doing it, laughs about it. Fine.
Well, I don't know if you've been in there recently, but it's a ghost town because she's burned all of the good grace that she had with her followers by dumping her bags on them repeatedly.
She was only effective in a market in the frothiest market we've ever seen. It wasn't,
And even if you look back then, it was a much less efficient and intelligent market. It was like, you think it's the Wild West now, even just a few months ago, it was absolutely crazy during that like October kind of bull run.
I think my overarching point here is that Twitter is not decentralized. And while we are the decentralized Wild Wild West and anything kind of goes, I'm not surprised that Twitter would say we're going to ban this person because they're hurting other users on our platform. Twitter still has rules. They are a centralized platform. They are not decentralized.
Yeah, she used to brag about how much she was getting paid per ad, and like they weren't even really like, it was just fucking. Yes. It's not centralized. Social media.
What's that, sir?
This episode brought to you by Deso. No.
Oh, nice. Sponsored by Diamond Hands. Remember when Natter was Diamond Hands?
I liked him better when he was pseudonymous.
Yes, because our big clout was worth something.
That too.
Everyone wants a Dox tea. Well,
there you go. Ask and you shall receive.
Quite.
Want to do the drum roll?
GM
DGens, and welcome to the Wednesday, February 23rd edition of the AlphaMint Morning Show, hosted live on YouTube and Twitch TV, and of course recorded on Spotify in case you've missed any of it. I am your host, R2DGen, and I am joined with me, as always, by FMC.
Hey now.
We had a Tuesday. Things happened. Mints happened. Things went up. Things went down. We lived. We laughed. We learned. We loved. You were on Spaces the entire day, I think.
All day.
All day. And no, it was a good day. It was a great kind of kickoff to the week, I think. Starcatchers went down. We're going to talk about that in a bit. Without a hitch so far. Looks like it was is doing pretty well. Volume was great. It was up to about 1 ETH right at the start and has since kind of fallen below 0.6 ETH. I don't think any of you have any pause for concern. Buying high on that initial pump might feel like it stings a little bit, but there is lots to... You shop high. Yes, but there, you know, there's going to be lots to come from Starcatchers. Invisible Friends is going down today. Yesterday, sorry to go back to yesterday, flip flop. Snoop Dogg, his voxel thing minted. We've got that coming up for you. Tubby Cats, there's some stuff going on with that. We'd like to point out to you. There was an M3 reveal. That one looks pretty dope. That's going to be coming up. Dented Feels minted. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And then we're going to look forward on the week. Actually, no, shit, I've got even more than that. Kaiju Mutants revealed. That's going to be pretty cool to look at. And then we were talking about Critterz yesterday, so we're going to do a little bit of a follow-up. Spoiler, it went crazy yesterday.
And a little project called Starcatcher. Fly me to the moon, I want to be among the stars. Thank you.
Oh, I thought you were going to keep going.
No,
that's it. That's all.
Yeah, no. There's more. There will be more coming down the road. We'll talk about that later in the show. I noticed you didn't mention the Lemonettes. We'll get there.
No, that was a surprise. You just blew it.
A surprise. Yeah.
Free market.
What did you have our song?
Do you have a song yet?
I don't know.
Do you have one recorded?
No,
I don't.
I gotta get the Lemonade. If you guys haven't heard this shit, I actually have inside information that a very famous DJ is going to be playing it at an upcoming set, but we'll get to that when we talk about the Lemonettes.
We will talk about the Lemonettes. Let's jump right into it. Yesterday and this morning saw the crypto market bounce back a teeny tiny little bit. Bitcoin is flirting with 39,000 again. Ethereum crossed 2,700. It was down to almost 2,500 at one point. So we are sitting up a comfy little 5% there. Definitely not out of the woods yet. If we look on the 7-day chart, there is not a lot of good action on these coins. In fact, most of them in the top little bit there are just stable coins. 24 hours saw some rebounds, though. As I mentioned, Ethereum up 5%, Bitcoin up about 3.5%, and then some of these other tokens doing all right. Terra and Avalanche having, a plus 10% run. So, like I said, not out of the woods yet. There is still some macro stuff at play that I know Free Market could probably touch on better than I can. And as well, there's some reports from Glassnode, that's a on-chain analytics firm, saying that we might be headed in towards some prolonged bearish sentiments. Thoughts?
Russia.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, this is all about Donetsk and Ukraine and the issue there. What I will say is that yesterday, midday, it just felt like people were trying to push that narrative more than it actually exists, in the sense that market prices things in. We've known about all of this now for a long time. There have been no surprises recently. We know, and when I was talking about understanding the playbook that Putin is using here, it's a common playbook, and it works in a way because there are certain things he does that we have to respond to, but the West also knows his playbook, and markets know that too. So these are what we call known unknowns. They feel like unknowns, but we actually know that they're here. The bounce yesterday, both in and I'm telling you, watching the S&Ps right now is more important than watching crypto, because crypto is being driven by the macros. So very nice bounce midday yesterday. The chart, as we say a lot right now, is still not flipped bearish in the medium term. We bullish in the medium term. We are still, as R2 said, not out of the woods, but it was a very nice bounce yesterday. So it's firming up here. We don't want to go back to the lows now. I would say that we are now the chart is structurally telling us that we are going to bounce here. And if we did fail and get back to the lows, I do think we would take them out and have to reassess. And that could happen with a macro shock. I mean, I'm not saying nothing is going to happen here. I'm saying usually nothing comes of these things. So it's the better bet. But we have to respond to life and see it's interesting times.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a break one way or another can kind of play out here, and it's quite a bit of uncertainty. The Glass Node article, by the way, just it is more centered around Bitcoin, but talks about how the number of active wallets has decreased over the last year, and that a lot of the addresses had been emptied out over the last 30 days, signifying that a lot of funds may be moving to exchanges. But I mean, like I said, this is more of a macro situation than anything. And, people kind of moving in and out of a risk on, risk off environment and trying to figure out what their plan is for the next, the next coming weeks or months, I suppose. Right.
Well, notice that Ether is not mentioned in this article.
Well, yes, that is true.
I'm not
You're right. You're right. It is.
I'm not saying cheeky. I'm saying
I know.
As a technical analyst, they are different charts right now. And they're also in different places fundamentally when it comes to institutional adoption. Remember, 3-year bear market, Bitcoin had been left for dead. I mean, I forget what were we struggling between like 6,000 and 9,000 for a while or something like that on Bitcoin. Paul Tudor Jones.
Yeah, for a while there.
Yeah. He decides to ape in at like 9K. I remember people like laughing because it looked like he bought the top. Like it rallied to 12K, fell back to 6, and then it was gone. After that, it was just straight up. We got to 45K, paused briefly, up to 60K after that. That was all institutional adoption. That is why it was such the move that it was. And what you're seeing right now is what's called the bear trap. If you look at a chart that shows what market cycles look like. So this isn't a chart that's specific for any coin or stock. It's a chart that will show you what an overall cycle looks like. Right after institutions adopt, they put so much money in, there's just nothing that could equal that influx of money for a while, and things start to sell off. And it's called the first bear trap. And this is on a very, very long-term zoomed out view. That could last 6 months, a year, 2 years. Bitcoin's there. Ether has not seen that yet. The Ethereum network has not seen that all of a sudden big institutional push and move in. It's begun, but you're going, we haven't seen Paul Tudor Jones buys, $2 billion worth of ETH, those type of headlines, and like JP Morgan opens Ethereum wing, all that shit.
Yeah, it's been over a year since Tesla put it on their balance sheet.
Exactly. So that's an example of all the little news things that are soon to hit ETH that have already happened for Bitcoin. They're in different places so they may not even be wrong in that sense. And bearish doesn't mean Bitcoin going back to 9,000. Bearish means Bitcoin stuck in this range so long it's going to make people mad and think that it's dead. That is when, that's when you tend to get your next rally. So
yeah, and it's kind of weird looking at this like really, really zoomed out chart on Bitcoin. Ethereum kind of looks the same as well. But, despite the fact that this looks like a bigger version of the 2017, 2018 chart, I don't really ever feel like we hit that peak, like pure FOMO, pandemonium, euphoria top that we did right around here, judging by like being in it in both ecosystems. Like the mindset at 20K in 2017 was unlike anything I'd ever heard or ever seen. The ICO, cycle through 2017, 2018 in Ethereum was like just absolutely wild. You're getting shades of that with NFT, but I don't even think we've gotten to that point yet. So I mean, I'm still very, very bullish that we haven't had that euphoria moment that just kind of completely knocks the wind out of everything.
Yeah, and they largely look like the same chart technically, but really my point was fundamental and about institutional adoption. And I do think that ETH can see a move. I know we've been talking about 10,000 for 2 years now, and 10,000 next month, 10,000 next quarter, whatever, end of year. 10,000 can happen, I think, without Bitcoin making new highs. So looking forward to
And hey, we've seen that happen a couple of times throughout the history of them too. ETH does decouple, and when it does, it gets very, very close to that flippening moment.
You haven't heard it in a while, but boy, remember when ETH maxis, all they wanted to talk about was that ratio? The ratio breaking out, the ratio. But one day, our ratio is going to go banutso. It's going to go to 0.3 to 1. I'm telling you, you'll see.
0.3 to like ETH to, but yeah, okay.
0.3 ETH to 1 Bitcoin.
Yeah. Well, that would flip the market cap too, which I know you're bullish on.
I firmly believe ETH is going to flip Bitcoin's market cap. Do all the tech companies in the world have a larger market cap than gold?
Sorry.
The easiest analogy.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By far blows gold out of the water. Doesn't mean gold is useless. Doesn't mean gold's not a legitimate asset class. It just means Ethereum is the internet. Bitcoin, it's gold. Okay. That's all. I think Ether has so much more potential than Bitcoin, especially relating to market cap. The flippening is happening. It's going to happen. This is it. I love it. Is it ever really good? No, there's not even a question in my mind. It's coming, guys. Sell your Bitcoin.
All right, yeah. Like the only other piece of news I really had pop up, and I'm only bringing this up because we talked about Magic Eden yesterday with their.
Right?
What's that?
Someone brought up Magic Eden, saying it's a good marketplace. You talked about it yesterday.
Well, we talked about it because they're implementing doxing policies for the creators of NFTs on the marketplace. And we talked about just Solana just being Web 2.0 and, this not being much better. The fees on Solana are so cheap that it allows scams and scandals and all of this to run rampant. I was very surprised to see this article pop up in regards to Magic Eden after yesterday saying, it's going to be KYC. There's going to be a doxing process, blah, blah, blah. Now they're saying Solana NFT marketplace Magic Eden is airdropping tokens and launching a DAO. So, I mean, like, which is it? Are you decentralized and a DAO, or are you a centralized? It's okay to be a centralized location or a centralized site and marketplace and implement these policies, despite the fact that I don't particularly agree with it. It seems like Coinbase is kind of going down that route with their marketplace. They're vetting projects before letting them in, people with relationships with them and past track records of success are kind of being put to the forefront on Coinbase, and that's fine. But this was just like a complete 180 from like I don't know. That's just like let's just pump out any kind of gimmick we can to try and draw eyes to our marketplace. I just thought this was stupid.
This is the alternative L1 playbook. They talk out of both sides of their mouth. They go down one lane, decentralization, until all of a sudden the disadvantages, the same disadvantages that show up on the chain they're apparently trying to disrupt, show up for them. But they're so small, nobody really cares. They're like, well, let's just do this thing. Yeah, maybe it's centralization, but whatever. If we do this, it'll start solving the issues we have. And nobody will care until the marketplace is actually big enough for players to come in and start taking advantage of the loopholes, because you won't have best of both worlds when you make a compromise like that. You'll have the worst of both worlds. And that's what Solana and anything built on it could look forward to.
Yeah, a couple things at the bottom of this article that kind of caught me off guard was that I actually did almost $500 million worth of trading volume in the last 30 days, which is way higher than I thought it would have been.
You mean the amount that the punk was wash traded one night while we were all sitting around looking at the Degen dojo?
The what? On Solana?
Wash trade? No, I'm saying someone wash traded a punk for $500 million. $500 million we do in our sleep.
This is Magic. Oh, I see.
This is nothing. This is a drop in the bucket of life.
I'm just saying it was higher than I thought it would be.
I know. I set that down before you got it out. Come on.
the Matumbo, like, no. All right. Let's also talk about the mutant ape that revealed the M3 Mega Mutant yesterday. Reveal went down. This is the third last one in existence to be revealed. And it is a good looking one. I think this might actually be my favorite one. I'll just because I've always loved that skin texture on the Bored Apes as well. But big kind of ordeal. They did a launch party for it and all that stuff. Many eyes on it, and this is what popped out, looking pretty good. As I mentioned, there's only 2 left, and it's going to be very interesting to see what now happens with those 2. I can't even start to begin to imagine what kind of prices there are going to go to. There's some theories, I guess, that or maybe it's not a theory, but each of the mutant apes that have been revealed have kind of fallen into a trend of the actual Bored Apes. This one having the kind of the trippy skin. They would leave, I think it was what's the other one that is there's the gold skin, which is the one everyone's looking for, and the cheetah skin, the leopard print or whatever. So it's theorized that those 2 are left.
I love how that, and everyone wants the gold one too. That's like the one everyone. I've talked to the people shopping for these things, and gold is the one that they actually want. I want to just shout out the hero who was bidding 5 ETH on that trippy ape. Good job, bro.
Shooter shot, right? Like
right.
Shit's there.
I don't blame you. What do you think, R2? Is that background too bold? Should it be a little more pastel-y? What do you think?
On this one?
Yeah. I mean, I'm half kidding because it's
I know.
Project. If you brought me back, and I think this is my second favorite, I gotta say, the 3-eyed one with the light coming out, I think that's my boo. If I had,
when this one revealed, you were like Super Bowl on that one.
I thought, I said, I don't know. I like that one of all the ones. Also that nuclear waste guy down there.
This one, I was actually going to say that might be my my second place one.
A lot of people like the devil guy. I don't know. He's not. Yeah. He doesn't jump out to me, and I do. I don't know why. I hate the background color they chose. Does anyone else?
Is that right? No, I don't mind it.
You don't mind it? All right.
I like the slight kind of lighting focus or lighting in the middle and kind of just fading out. Makes the actual character kind of pop out front in there. No, I think that
4849 hologram. Which one is it, R2? I can't read the numbers from here.
This one, the devil one.
Oh yeah, you like that one, hologram? Nice. Well, I like that we all like different ones. We're not fighting. Once we all get our million ETH.
No, it's a testament to like how good these one of ones actually are. That everybody has a different kind of.
Because they.
I would go out on a limb and say this one is probably not most people's favorite. But I still think it's mine.
A lot of people were underwhelmed, but I agree with you. Top 2 for me. I think I would slightly go with not slightly.
I love how like glossy it looks, like just the detail of the like it really looks like twisted really well. That's
my style. I'm a little psychedelic
twisted.
baby.
Oh, I thought you meant twisted.
Maybe
that too. So 2 left. As I mentioned, the cheetah and the gold one. I gotta wonder, like, do you think that they have any control over the order in which these are released? Is that a thing? I don't know how it works.
They don't. It seems like the universe is set. If the next one's cheetah, I'm gonna be like, wow, that's crazy. Because I know the gold. From what I understood, the gold was the most desirable from the things that I hear. So I don't know. No, I don't think people would put up with that. I think that it has to be random. Like the M3s were already decided.
I would go out on a limb and say that last mutant serum, that M3 serum, is going to set some records in terms of sales.
You want me to set the line right now?
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, what's the biggest NFT sale we've ever had is the Beeple 69 million, right?
Well, okay. Well, we got to talk PFPs though, right? I think you can. I really do think we have to separate.
The alien pump was the biggest one.
I believe the Alien Punk was the biggest one. 20.
Not the wash traded, not the flash loan one, but the one that just
No,
sold
no.
the other day.
The one that just sold in a legitimate sale. To who was it? It was someone who I was like, oh, that was interesting. Like an exchange, like the CEO of an exchange or another coin, some shit like that.
I can't remember, but I was actually listening to the Bill Simmons podcast yesterday with a guy who's I can't remember his name, but he was saying that was a legitimate trade and that he brokered the deal between the two people too, because there was a lot of skeptical, like, oh, this is just somebody selling it to themselves or
I don't know,
trying to make headlines.
I believe, but whatever. I think the point is, I think you know what? I guess we might as well set the line there now that I think about it.
Under that Alien Punk?
I guess, because I don't think Bored Apes are going to allow I don't think the culture is going to allow punks to outdo them here on this last M3.
Yeah, I'm smashing the over on that.
Yep. What do you want? So tell me what your number is, because I may set the line even. I'll tell you what my number is. It may scare some people.
I think that this is going to sit for a long time. I think the second M3 is going to reveal, or the second to last, the penultimate M3 is going to reveal sometime soon. I have no information on that, but I suspect it will happen. I think this other one will lay dormant for a while, and I think that it will sell for higher than the Beeple sale.
Yeah, I was going to say $100 million.
Yeah, I was gonna. I just like all signs point to this being like one of the biggest sales that you're.
I think it's going to go for $100 million.
Yep. That doesn't even surprise me. You said I was going to be shocked, and like I had it in the back of my mind too. I'm like, this is going to crush the punk sale. It's going to, I would say a tougher line is that $69 million Beeple sale, but I would still pick over.
I could see somebody like Steve Cohen getting in the mix for something like that.
Talk about oh yeah. I mean, there's people there that will absolutely splash $100 million around, right? You think it is a ungodly amount of money, but there are people that have it. So, Mike Track saying, talk about the Pranksy scam that just happened. He lost 60 ETH minting a scam. Let's walk. I have not heard about this.
So I'll say a lot.
You have some information on it?
A little, because I haven't heard anything yet, but I did see a few people tweeting about Pranksy. Guys, that doesn't mean shit all. Like this is pocket change to Pranksy. He takes so many bets and risks on random things because he can. It's the VC model for him, right? If you don't remember, early last year, he bought 100 ETH fake Banksy punk. Do you remember this? There was
yes, I do remember that. Yep.
Yeah. He lost 100 ETH that day. He was scammed. He spent 100 ETH on a potential Banksy that some fucking idiot put together and called a Banksy. This guy pocketed 100 ETH, right? Yeah. I mean, this is not. I'm sure you gotta. I don't.
Oh, this was okay. Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
No. I was just gonna say I don't think it means it doesn't shock me, and I don't think it talks to Pranksy's skills, abilities, anything like that. Team Pranksy. I'm just saying.
So this is the I don't know how he got caught in this and whatnot, but this was the Let's Walk is DK's generative or a project that he's got going on, and this was a scam one. I don't know. I'm interested to know the details behind this, but yes, you are right. 60 ETH to somebody like Pranksy is well within his means of taking a high risk bet, right? Like we think 60 ETH, like, oh my god, like fucking crazy, and it is. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money. It would go very far in the IRL world, but again, these people are these really, really good traders and investors, are so good at managing their liquidity and taking these shots that are a big position, but in the grand scheme of their actual holdings, not very big. And as you mentioned, the VC model, and it's spreading tons of these bets around, and only one of them or two of them have to pay off to cover everything, and then everything else is just kind of gravy for them. So yeah, but don't follow his mint there, I guess, should be the biggest thing.
I have not snooped his wallets recently, but what I hear in his hot wallets is like 20,000 ETH spread around. So If you want to understand what a 60 ETH loss was, I don't think he wants to do it. I don't think he was happy about it. He probably threw something against the wall, but I think 3 minutes later he got on with his life. You know?
Yes.
What I mean?
Oh yeah. 100%.
Like all of us. It would be like us gassing out on something, losing like 0.03. You're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then you move on with your life like 3 minutes later.
Well, here, and let's rewind this a couple of years ago. Let's go back to like 2014, 2015, right? Like and compare it to what's going on now. How many times have we taken a $10,000 bet on something, right? Like, what's at its peak 2.5 ETH? Like, it happens. People put that out there. You spread your bets around. That $10,000 bet on ETH in 2014 and holding through. I mean, you're sitting on 30,000 Ethereum right now if you haven't spent or increased your stack at all, right? So when you look at the cost basis from that standpoint about, these people that got in on the pre-sale of Ethereum, you can be holding a very, very large bag of ETH, and it's just not a lot anymore.
People were aping kaijus at 7 to 10 ETH when ETH was above 4K, like back during their hype cycle, just for perspective. Yep. And they fell to 1.5 with ETH under 3K at their bottom. That's a hell of a haircut.
And consider the implications of a win like that and holding on to it, right? Like, you now denominate everything you do in ETH and not in dollars. And now you've held through this entire time. You pay attention to the Ethereum ecosystem, and DeFi pops up, and then NFTs pop up, and now all of a sudden you could take tons of little bets on these things, and some of them pay off. So if somebody has a 30,000 ETH portfolio of liquid ETH, how many Bored Apes would you just buy because for shits and giggles, right? 10, 20, 30 of them. It costs you, 0.01% of your total liquidity. And now you can just sit on that forever. They probably have portfolios of tons and tons and tons of shit that will never see the light of day again. But a couple of those have now made them even more wealthy on top of that, right? And that's just, that's the value of having.
And I was talking about ETH this guy has. I'm not even talking about his NFT.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We're talking about Lick, baby.
They're playing a different game.
Totally
right?
different game.
Totally different game.
Seb, is this the 104? That's a lot. Is it being auctioned off as a lot? I thought I heard that they're going to auction off all 104 as a lot, or maybe it's just one guy selling the 104 at once and they're being auctioned individually. I missed that. Maybe Seb has some more color.
Sotheby's, I didn't see that pop up. Oops.
Yeah, no, he's mentioning Sotheby's is actually auctioning 104 CryptoPunks today. It was announced a little while ago, but I'm just wondering whether they are selling them as a lot. Often they will sell things like this as a lot, or if they are selling them individually. We'll see.
Yeah, you're saying a lot, and what you're saying is like a lot.
Sorry,
like,
as
a batch of them. Yeah,
it's weird saying it. Yes. Yeah. It is a space lot. In other words, they're selling all 104 at once, which I thought is very interesting. They're floor. I mean, it's not throwing aliens in there. That's why it's like, 104 are the same price as one alien, but that's it. There's some good ones in there.
Yeah, they are offering a batch of 104 crypto
down there real quick, R2. What's your favorite conventional? I know you and I shop Bguns because we're Bgun people, but what if you were going to look at that? What's your favorite conventional punk? What traits do you like if you were shopping a punk?
I always like the one that Jay-Z bought with that like the hair, like I think it's kind of like this.
Hair? I forget what that's called. Yeah, the wild hair is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the white though. They have a white hair one too, like that. I think it's more rare. Yeah, I like those
big
ones.
One in Obits, the white hair.
Yes,
the wild hair. You know which I like? The top row, the hat. What's that hat called?
This one?
No, the green hat.
Oh, this.
Yeah, love those.
Okay.
Love those. They're like a Peruvian hat. I forget what the name is called.
Yeah,
that would be the one I would choose off that page, I think.
You know what though? I mean, you brought up Bguns or Bguns or something. I understand the historical relevance and the cultural relevance of CryptoPunks. I'm not going to be up here saying that Bguns are going to flip them or whatever, but I look at Bguns with like so much more excitement. You know?
Yeah.
The hoodies are cool too, guys.
No question. They're boy. I'm like, geez, there's not even much to work with on the page, but like,
there's so much discovery in the bastard V2s, right? Like you can scroll through all 10,000 of them and find like new shit all the time.
Yeah. If I put 104 Bguns on the page, you'd have a tough time picking the one you want. You'd probably find 6 and be like, With this, I knew that like it's not even a contest for me. There's like 3 on there, and I was just easily able to pick the one that I would go with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you rather have 500 Bguns or 1 crypto? No, I'm kidding.
No, I honestly, the way it is right now, definitely 500 Bguns, because I expect the ratio to close dramatically over the next few years.
Oh, yeah, their upside is going to be way higher.
The upside. I'd still love to own a punk. I will say that every day on this show. Yeah. I consider it the most important crypto collectible of all time. That's why I think it'll maintain its value and everything.
You know, and we've said this time and time again, but you know, it is quite the club, because you never see anybody being like, my CryptoPunk just got stolen, my CryptoPunk just got hacked. Like these are like this is like elite NFT, right? Like this is the upper echelon of NFT society, and it might not have the most external relevance anymore, but you know, it still is a cut above, really. But yeah, super cool. Punks being auctioned by Sotheby's. Somebody else pointed out that Invisible Friends are apparently having an auction with them too.
When we first heard this, I was like, it's a fucking lie. They're not even, Invisible Friends is talking out of their ass. Why would Sotheby's ever put their neck out like that for something that hasn't even minted yet? This art hasn't even been produced. It makes zero, unless there were some one of ones that were brought out. But even that does not make sense to me, because these aren't anything yet. These don't have any culture. These don't have any community. I know you think it's there because you see 300,000 people. And these are all people that want to get rich.
Well, let's talk about Invisible Friends. It's a good segue into that. Minting today, I believe, at 5 p.m. The mint price is 0.25. There's 5,000 of them, and they are fully allow listed, as far as I know. Am I wrong about that?
Nope.
I'm not wrong about that. Okay. I always say that, and then I go, oh shit, I'm not sure. But yeah, 5 p.m. Eastern, 5,000 will be minted, and they are 0.25 each. This team is going to do very well. This is going to mint out no problem. I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind. And I do think that they are going to do incredibly well on the secondary. We had some mixed reactions about Starcatcher's secondary, up to 1 ETH, and then has kind of flipped back down. I don't know what it's at right now. We will talk about that in a little bit. I do think that it'll be absolutely off to the races for Invisible Friends, and I do not know what kind of entry point I would feel comfortable with. I would think like if I could snag one under 1 ETH, and I don't think that I'll be able to, I would probably pick it up. But with the type of hype and attention surrounding this, it would not shock me to see some, like Hape Beast level, not that I'm going to compare it to that project, but level floor pre-reveal. I don't know if I'm out of pocket saying that, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see these above 5 ETH.
So Flurify, you're correct. You're saying all people who want to get rich is what I referred to the Invisible Friends community as. And you say that's like 99% of the NFT community. That's correct. You are right. But what you are implying is that I'm saying that people who buy other projects are buying it for the art and not buying it to get rich. That's not what I meant. What I meant was, there are 2 things that make a project a quote unquote blue chip, or whatever the fuck term you want to put into it. Okay?
Which people are already calling this a blue chip.
And already calling it. That is time and culture. Okay. You cannot have culture until after you mint, because of the precise reason that most of the people here now just want to get rich. And that's true in every project. That's true in Starcatchers. That's true in WonderPet. There's no project where that first wave of people isn't just in there to get rich. And in something like Invisible Friends that's going to cook insane, they are going to fucking bond and kiss and love each other in the verified room. It's going to be happy, happy, happy times. Okay. But when the inevitable crash comes, and it will, and no, these are never going to zero, and no, they're never going to fall below whatever the fuck. There's not going to be anything bad, too bad happening here. But when they get to 14 ETH, and then over the next month or two pull back to 5 or 3 or something like that, all those happy, happy good times are going to go away. Just like they did for Kaiju Kings, just like they did for any high-profile hype drop. And when
even the world was falling on Azukis when they went down to 11 ETH. Like that's still incredible.
And you know what? People are touchy. I was even saying it the other day. You can't say shit about Azukis without 5 of them coming out of the woodwork and angry and shit like that. That's because the only reason people were excited about them was because they were getting them rich. And you're going to see less and less Azukis in PFPs. And I told you this the whole time. So all I'm trying to comment on is the fact that there is no such thing as a community until after mint. And community is a vital part of being a blue chip. And as somebody at Sotheby's who is supposed to assess what they auction off and what that message gives to the market as they know who they are, I think this is fucking cap. I think this is ridiculous. And I had said when I first heard the news that it's not even true. I thought it was I thought they were exaggerating that. Lo and behold, I go and see, and it says, no, Sotheby's contacted them. Sotheby's contacted them, right? So I'm going to sit here and believe it. I'm not. That is if that is a lie, it is an egregious one. I believe it's true. So what can I say? Sotheby's going to auction these. These are an automatic made man. These are going to do very, very well, but they will cool off eventually. And maybe there will be a great fact. I'm not even saying these won't turn into the next big community. I'm saying it's not there yet. And I think Sotheby's is out ahead of their skis by saying that they're going to auction one of these things off before it mints. And I will stand by that, period.
Yeah, for sure. Like, don't ever take us saying that people are looking to these to get rich as some kind of like negative criticism. I mean, it's a speculative asset market. People are investing, trading, flipping, holding, and we even say long-term holding. I mean, the NFT market hasn't even reached a long-term time frame in its existence. But as Free Market just said, like, time is the great equalizer. What can these do over time? What kind of community will form with them over time? How will this, how will this team and this project respond to the good times and the bad times over time? Right. And you need that kind of forging process. You have to go through that to be able to get there. And sure, whoever gets to mint these is going to be able to make some money off that. And that is fantastic. Super happy for you. And it's not bad. But right now, it's going to mint. And then the next little bit is everyone trying to figure it out. What have we got? What is this? What can this be? How is the community going to form after that? Because let's face it, there's 5,000 of these and there's 250,000 people in the Discord. And again, that's not a criticism. They've done a pretty good job of managing their hype. It doesn't feel forced or manufactured. They've been building this for a long time. But those 250,000 people are not all going to have an invisible friend. And if you think they're going to stick around for the long term when they weren't able to get one, you're wrong. They're going to lose interest.
And look at these previews you have up on the screen right now. Tell me any one of these are going to work. Look at that umbrella. You think that's going to work in a PFP bubble? Are you kidding me?
So I will say some of these will, in a sense, but again, these are hand-picked ones that they're using for promotion, right?
Okay. I don't even think any of them are going to. I just think it's going to be too unnoticeable. They're clothes. I keep telling this to people. I don't understand, and
the biggest appeal to these are the animations because it's good.
They're good. Number one, they're not going to look good in a PFP vote. Number two, there's only 5,000 people that could potentially own these things. That's half as much as most communities out there. That's half as much marketing, right? That's what you're dealing with here. So I think, and everybody talking about the price in the chat right now, listed for under 2 ETH, my friend, these are going to open at 7 to 10 ETH. Open. The first sales are going to be 7 to 10 ETH. These will not be below 10 ETH tomorrow. I don't know what prices you're intending to snipe and flip at. If you can get one for 7 and sell at 14, you're going to be the AlphaMint Moon Lounge member of the day. We're going to carry you around on one of those little things that they carry the king, you know, on the shoulders when you're bringing it.
Just remember what the risk reward proposition of that is too, and I don't think it's going to go down. Yeah, sorry, keep going.
No, these are going to open. Anyone who has whitelist is going to make 10 ETH today or tomorrow. You got it. I applaud. I am so happy. I actually think this is going to be a lot of liquidity. I hope I am so wrong, and we see Pranksy and Whale Shark and DC Investor start aping these, saying they're the next thing, they're gods. Because you know what that's going to do? That is going to rain down so much liquidity onto small and medium-sized projects over the next few days that we are all going to be happy. That's the way this could work. I am rooting really hard for it, but I have mentioned my concerns. I don't think they're fostering a good community here. I think they're being a little fugazi in the way they're building this community. Not that it's manufactured hype. I just don't like how they're treating their community, releasing merch before it's done, and as far as I'm concerned, getting out ahead of their skis with certain announcements and the way that they're doing things. So that's all.
I keep talking. I was trying to do something.
Oh.
No, I'm actually now like talking about the profile picture thing. Like I'm genuinely curious as to like what this looks like on a Discord sized profile, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
they're fucking terrible. I just don't think they're gonna work.
As a profile picture.
No. Yeah. And the only reason I said that, look, does an X copy necessarily work as a PFP? Does a POC work as a No, they're fine pieces of art. And if these are going to be framed as something you hang on your wall in a digital frame, I'll tell you right now, FMC would love one of these on his wall in a digital frame. I dig this art. I've never not said that. And if these were like not a stealth drop, but a non-hype drop launching at 0.1 or 0.2 and did it, and I would be tearing tooth and claw to get into these. They're great.
For sure.
No one's ever saying they're not great. The thing is, what R2 said was so poignant, because after something mints, you want to know what's going on here. We got these great things. They look great. Okay, what do we do with them? Now, most people, the one utility you can start using right away is the PFP flex, right? That PFP, but you get a rare Azuki, boom, you throw, look who got the comfy boy Azuki. Oh, can't do that with these. I don't believe you can. So the question is, after the dust settles, what do we have? People are going to be asking what and when.
Yeah, Strictly Sports is saying, got in here late. Are you down on IF? Not at all. You made early access and it's your first potential blue chip. I mean, congratulations. You are going to do well on this. There's no doubt about that.
Very well, Strictly Esports. Very well.
And again, like the art, like it, but it's just, I'm glad you said potential blue chip, right? But if you want to be holding it once it's a blue chip, I mean, that's going to be sitting in your wallet for the next year, and that's fine, right? That's fine. Mm-hmm. But that's like saying, a basketball team gets up by 10 points in the first quarter of the game and calling it over, right? Like it's not only just begun. They've done some great stuff. They've built up a large Discord, debatable whether or not you can call it a community. Obviously, there's some hype for it. I'm going to pull up this Golden Friend auction that's going down, 113 ETH. I'll refresh to see if there's been any more offers made. There has not. Sorry?
No, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no problem. 113 ETH bid, $311,000. I mean, that's not nothing. There's hype for these. These are going to do very well, but again, like it's not going to happen in the first quarter of the game. So that being said, I'm excited to watch all of this go down. If you are on that early access or that allow list, I mean, really, honest to God, congratulations. Like, you win here. If you were going to ask me what I would do with this, I have no clue, because I haven't even put enough thought into thinking about it, because that, you start to get these things in your mind about what is and isn't going to happen. But I do think if you want to be holding it as a blue chip, you're going to be holding it for a long, long time. And that's fine. So just what I would always say is, if holding this NFT, if this thing goes to 15 ETH pre-reveal, and this is a large portion of your portfolio, and you are thinking like, man, that 15 ETH would be really great to me right now, you should maybe consider it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and if I was at this whitelist, fuck, would I have a hard decision? Oof, would it be hard?
Yes,
I mean,
of course.
The temptation of playing that rare lottery for one of these things that has like a 115 bid before it even gets off the ground. Like, I could see the one of ones in this collection going for, 300, 400, 500, who knows?
When is the reveal on this? Because I love playing that game with you where we set the line.
Yeah, I don't even know if I could give you a line or two. I'm so torn. I really am 50-50 on whether, like, I can't tell if the Pranksies are going to come out and ape these things. I think they probably will. But if we sit here and for some reason that whale watching doesn't go bananas, I'm not going to be like, what? I don't know. I'm weirdly torn.
My question to you is, why wouldn't they? And that's an honest question.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
If Pranksy can lose 60 ETH on a scam mint, I see no reason why he's not going to pick up 10 of these for whatever price pre-reveal.
Right. Just
Yeah.
Like I said, if it, that's a tough decision to play for that lottery, because boy, these things could go for 500 ETH off the bat for a one of one. I mean, easy. Easy. But yeah, I would say that 99% of people who got on that white list, if this got to 15 ETH, you should take that 15 ETH. That's it.
Yeah, Michael Chen saying he's on the early access list and have been for 2 months. So you've been, staring down this for a long time. So congrats to you. Yeah, I've kicked the tires of what to do, came to the conclusion of holding, had PA and thought I could buy back in and never could. Not again. What's PA is what's PA? I know that acronym.
Psychedelics Anonymous.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, that is the game you play, right? But you also have to remember, if you sold a PA, what did you do with that liquidity in the meantime, right? Because people often forget what that can snowball into as well, right? I often think of like, what's one that I actually like? I don't know. I've had some huge swing and misses where I've sold way too early on something, and I look back on it and be like, man, if I had just held that, would have been 10 ETH, 15 ETH now. But I also have to keep myself in check by reminding myself that that money that I sold it for has gone into other things. And if those are wins and I've sold, that's gone into other things too. And it all starts with that little bit, right? So don't beat yourself up about it. Always ask yourself, what could I do right now that's better than holding what I am holding? Free market just said, I would rather take 500 bastard Bguns than a CryptoPunk, because, you could sell that CryptoPunk and do money with it, but the upside of those 500 could be potentially way, way higher. And it's all just, what you think you can do with that money. So,
and I actually believe you'll be able to buy Psychedelics Anonymous at cheaper than you sold it for, Michael, very soon.
Yeah, and here's the
Don't
thing,
ask
right?
me why, but sometimes I see these. I don't know. I get a feeling.
But that's a hard trigger to pull too, right? You sold one, you watch it go up to what, 5 ETH, 10 ETH, maybe they come crashing back down to 2 ETH. Are you sitting there going, yes, I'm gonna buy one of these now? Or like, why would I buy one of these after it just, it's so easy in hindsight to say like I could have or should have bought something when it fell back down. But in that moment, I mean, what is the bull case for you rebuying Psychedelic Anonymous again? Like that's also it, right?
Yeah.
I've had times where I'm like, I'm going to sell this and I'm going to rebuy back in, and I sell it and I go, yeah, you know what? I actually don't want to buy back in, and that's pretty good.
And yes, Corey, I agree with you. People will definitely start undercutting if it doesn't. I mean, I think why? Because markets are really efficient, Decoy, and we know what it's going to open up at based on where the pre-sale NFTs were. We were able to do it with CloneX. It was very accurate to what the opening CloneX line. And yes, once it opens, it's up to the market and stuff, but you could be damn sure these are opening between 7 and 10 ETH based on what the pre-sale access NFTs were selling for before they took the snapshot. As we know, once they took the snapshot, those fell to zero again. And that's another issue I have with what they've done. I think it's in stark contrast to Artifact that always leaves utility for its NFTs and actually manages its supply and stuff well. I really dislike how they ran and fostered their community. We will see what.
Are you sorry? I was reading something. Are you still talking about Invisible Friends?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No. It's going to be amazing to watch this go down from the sidelines because I feel no stress about what's going to happen one way or another. But yeah, I mean, I have no idea what the expectation is. I mean, if you want some big bull cases for this, the supply is 5,000 and the early access list can only mint one, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So like you're going to bake in a lot of like diehard holders, like Michael Chen and Strictly Sports here, who want to hold these. I mean, it's really easy to constrict supply of 5,000 when you're starting off at a 1-to-1 NFT to holder count, right? So it's going to be really cool to watch this dynamic go down. So I don't think we've ever really seen something like it. I don't know if you could compare it to anything in the past.
I'm a little nervous today. There's a lot. I was surprised at how many people I know that have Invisible Friends whitelists. I'm rooting so hard for all of them. I want these to go to 15.
Sure. Okay. Well, we don't have a reveal game to go to, but we come on this show tomorrow. What's the floor looking like? What's your line there?
And
this is just for fun, guys. Don't take it as gospel.
No. Yeah. And I got to think it cools off a little from its like post mint out hype.
Oh yeah.
I'd say a good line for tomorrow. Over under 8 ETH for you.
God, that's a good line.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say under.
Oh, good. All right, so we have a bet,
but not by a lot, and not as like.
Yeah,
God, can you even consider that fun? Like if it's 80, that's
no. I don't think you're saying it.
I'm funning in this thing. Like fucking.
No, I thought it was a decent line. That's why I picked it. I'll take the over. And we have a bet. I'll say they'll be around 10, 11 ETH. You're saying 7 to 8. I'm guessing, but just slightly under. So.
Yeah, I mean that line is good enough to make me have to think about it. So when I say under, like I'm thinking like it's going to be touch and go. Like it could even be flip flopping around that line when we choose.
M3 line. I was out of pocket on the M3 line initially at 20 million. That should have been like 80 million. The line on the M3.
Oh, what we were talking about earlier in the show.
I gave a line earlier. It was like we both agreed much higher. So.
Yeah, 20 million is programmed in, if you can say that.
Yeah, go for it. You're on that list. Go for it.
Yeah, you know what? If you mint fast and get it listed quickly, some of those right at the beginning stages of a mint sales on secondary are wild. Like there is such a wide array of what people are willing to pay for it. And actually, when I mint, most of the time I will throw one up there at a seemingly pretty high price just to see if it ends up just sticking for some reason, even on reveals and whatnot. And I have no real hope, or well, obviously I hope that it sells. I have no real belief that it's going to sell, but you know, take that chance, right? And the other thing I like doing is because you sign that contract and now you're actually able to sell relatively quickly if you need to after.
Yep.
Cool. Invisible Friends. It's going to be fun. Kaiju Kings Mutants revealed yesterday. I saw some mixed reactions in some of the Discord channels I was in, but I think by and large these look really good. Some of them maybe a little on the plain side and could be confused with babies if you're, not a kaiju holder and well versed in what you're looking for. But as always, the Dots and the team deliver really good pixel art. Like, I mean, I could just tell you, like, making something like this is that's actually so difficult to do. And they continue to impress and deliver on this. You had a couple, I believe. I know a lot of people.
No, I have one.
You have one?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people I've seen had one or multiples of these, but I mean, I think you should be happy with these.
Look, I think there's plenty of babies that are basic too, and gens that are basic, but their floors look basic. But goddamn, as we get more rare, it gets better and better to me. I fucking love it. These could be my
these ones though. Let's talk about the highest sales. 25 ETH for this one. The great
How much
stuff.
was
Look
it?
at this 25 ETH.
Wow.
20 ETH for this one, I think. Yeah, sale for 20 ETH there. I mean, this is impressive stuff. Look at that. These are so fun.
Ooh, the Predator. Is that like a Predator one? Oh no, Alien. Isn't that like the movie Alien or something?
Which one are you looking at here?
The copium. You see the copium hat? He's inhaling copium.
Yeah. Which one were you looking at for Alien?
No, never mind. It's the white one. It's not. It's up to the left, and the second one from the chainsaw. The one next to the chainsaw.
Oh, this one. Yeah, it kind of does have that vibe.
You know what it looks like? It looks like a Mouser from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you remember, there was a thing called a Mouser, which was a little robot they built. It was the second episode of the original series. But I'll go to. I don't know, man. I can't say enough about these. I want and the floor is 0.9 right now. I think these are. I'm not saying they won't do. Let's wait as people are revealing right now. Give it a day. Give it 2 days. Let's see if these fall to 0.6 or something. But
man, this crown is so fucking good.
Yeah, I want more of those. So love. Mine was a little basic boy, but you know what? I love my basic boys. And guess what's going to happen? I don't think these are not by design. Guess what's going to happen to all the basic boys in the next phase of this game? We've already been playing the kaiju game, and people are just sleeping, and they don't get it. The next phase of this game is going to be burning, right? So most of the basic babies out there, they're going to get burned. They're going bye-bye. We're going to combine them with mutant DNA, and we're going to create redacted, all right? That baby's going bye-bye, which is going to reduce the baby supply. I would expect the same thing to happen to mutants at some point. So guess what? Those basic boys are going to end up being valuable in the sense that people aren't going to want to burn the ones they love. People aren't going to want to burn the rares. You're going to need those basic boys. You're going to see the floor on basic. You're going to see the floor on everything start to rise. Kaiju Kings is playing 4D fucking chess, and the market is concerned with squiggles and invisible friends and all these just blah, 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 blah drops. Kaiju Kings. Maxi. Maximalist.
You said the squiggles word.
I don't even know how I mentioned that in the same sentence as Invisible Friends. I apologize. That was out of pocket. I won't do it again. Yeah, I got a little out of pocket there.
Guys, I don't know if you know this, but we talked about squiggles a while back. and they are still minting allow lists as of yesterday. They've been delisted from OpenSea. They are struggling on Looks Rare. The community is drying up, and they are still selling NFTs to the remaining community at 0.1. How fucking long is this going to go on for? Please. I feel so bad for anybody in there still just hanging on to that last thread of hope that this isn't a rug, but they are still taking money from people's wallets and putting it into theirs by selling more NFTs that have not been revealed yet.
They're not revealed
if
yet.
they were going to go back on OpenSea, it would have happened by now.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen other projects get delisted there and relisted in that time. And Squiggles is still extracting money in any way, shape, or form that they can. Fuck them.
Yep. All right. So Decoy has asked, do I get a baby kaiju or a mutant? I'm glad you asked that question because as games unfold, and again, Kaiju Kings is a game. We're playing it right now. As the game unfolds, the strategy changes. Mutants have been revealed right now. And while I love them, and while they are my boo, and while I will attain as many as my ETH will allow, right now we have to think about the game going forward. And I actually think the utility of a baby is a lot more important than the utility of a mutant at this stage of the game. Will that dynamic change? Yes. Would the optimal thing be to buy both? Yes. But if you're asking what I would use as my entrance into Kaiju Kings right now, if I could only buy one, it would be a baby. I would buy a baby. I love the art on the mutants almost more than anything else. I love these mutants, but I don't think you're just buying for the art with these. You're buying for the utility. You want to get into that alpha room. Right now, mutants don't do that for you. That would be babies. And then on top of that, I believe initially they're going to have more utility in the upcoming game. So you're not going to be forced to get a mutant and create redacted. And you're not going to, and I'm sure mutants are going to have utility in other ways. But I would say your best bet right now would be a baby kaiju. If you're just getting into the ecosystem and you could only buy one.
Oh, so mutants aren't getting you into that alpha room. That's not in the
Mutants do not get you into alpha right now. No, there is a gated area for mutants, but it is not in the Kaiju Alpha chat.
Right. Oh, that kind of, I don't want to say that's a shame. It's not for me to decide whether or not that's, going to happen, but I would probably have bought a mutant. I'm not saying that I'm not going to, but like if I was going to buy a mutant right now, it would be to be in that community, not specifically for the NFT. Like if I had to do it right now.
While I think that makes sense, I also don't think that the underlying collection is so expensive. They needed like a companion entry.
Fair.
Okay, so they will one day and very soon. And I bet by the time that happened, they start to change the rules. But again, we're not stupid. Balancing an economy and tokenomics is an art. They're not manipulating. They're trying to think about what's best for the community that exists within the economy they created. And I think they're doing a masterful job. I would do this as well and keep the utility that way as well. So I'd say go get a baby right now. Yep.
Dope.
There are fabulous babies out there that need a papa that are just looking for somebody.
Couple of other things we've got to talk about on the show. Why can't I find my screen here? There we go. Perfect. Let's talk about your little endeavor that you've got going on. Free Market Capitalist presents, or I guess Little Lemons NFT presents the Lemonettes.
The Lemonettes.
With Riz, Moonshell, Aaron Young, and FMC himself.
Yes, these are the Lemonettes. So Out of Pocket Entertainment is a company that we are starting. The best way I could compare it to something would be Ape in Productions by Timbaland. Now, I will admit, we have more creatives and star power. I don't want to, shit on Timbaland and the project he's building over there. But Out of Pocket Entertainment is going to be an umbrella company, a Web3 company that fosters creativity within the lemons community. So the first act that we've signed are the Lemonettes. Now, yesterday, 13th Element, shout out to the homie, came into one of the spaces and said that Cenarius, our young lemon lord, is thinking about rearranging the Discord a little bit, taking away some rooms people don't use, adding in some new rooms that people want. And he started asking for suggestions. And I thought to myself, you know, it would be fun? Private trait rooms. So if you have a certain trait, you get your own room. And I have a very soft spot for the Hello Kitty lemons. These that you're looking at right now are the Hello Kitty lemons. Now, Drizz and I just happened to have our Hello Kitty lemons on that day. And young Erin came up with her Hello Kitty lemon. We decided at that point we were going to start a band. And this band is called the Lemonettes. We are going to be recording our first hit next month. We then started to hold auditions for other members. Now, anybody that has a Hello Kitty lemon, and that's a lemon with a red bow on its head, can audition for us. We each auditioned to see who would be the lead singer. We did that by each singing one verse of Katy Perry's Fireworks on Spaces the other day. After a pummeling, I was chosen to be the lead singer, of course. I have my wand. I am the blue Hello Kitty lemon there. I have my two backup singers, and we started doing auditions for other Hello Kitty lemons. Now, Shells, who joined our crew, not a singer, didn't really want to sing or audition that way, but a master baker. The cookies that Shells make will take you to another world. You ever see that scene in Ratatouille where he bites into the Ratatouille and then he like zooms into his head and goes back to his grandma's cottage? Yeah, that's what happens when you eat Shells cookies, okay? She is going to be our resident cookie maker, Hello Kitty Lemon, part of the Lemonettes. We also have two more auditioning now. The Lemonette, the Hello Kitty Lemon floor is actually relatively low. They are out there. You do need one to audition, but we are going to have trait-specific rooms in Little Lemons if Cenarius approves. I made the suggestion to 13th Warrior. He's going to go and 13th Element, excuse me. We are recording our first single next month in LA. Nipsey Hussle's former producer is going to let us use his studio. We're flying in. We are going to have a music video attached to it. We are debuting this all at JPEG Party in Los Angeles, March 27th. I hope everybody can
You're inviting everybody on the show. You didn't even tell me that this was a thing.
Yeah, the Lemonettes.
Let's see how it is.
There you go. That's
I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not enough of a lemon maxi, I guess.
Oh. No. That was just a small thing that we wanted to touch on.
No.
Shout out to my Lemonettes.
You live a strange and zesty life, my friend. I have no idea what goes on after we hang up from this show.
What are you saying?
I'm not ruling out like plastic surgery in the future where you start to like resculpt your face to look like your lemon or something like that. Getting a bow surgically attached to your forehead. Am I out of pocket?
Out of pocket.
All right, that is hilarious, though. We're definitely following the Lemonettes closely.
Out of pocket entertainment.
Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna have to fire up the out of pocket counter again. A little, I guess, warning on the Tubby Cats mint today. This isn't FUD. There's nothing wrong with the project itself, and I'm just gonna pull it up real quick on the daily drops. The Tubby Cats is going live at noon. The mint price is 0.1 ETH, and there's about 5,800 of them out of a total supply of 20,000. And they're sitting at a 0.66 ETH floor right now, though I will refresh that. Lots of chat about Tubby Cats going down over the last couple of days. Seen this all over the place. My apologies. A 0.52 ETH floor right now, 7,700 ETH in volume. It has kind of come to light, after some investigative work. I'm not even going to say investigative work. Okay, so essentially somebody analyzed the contract and they found that, if you're going to be participating in this mint and, the gas war that ensues, which it probably will because it's well above mint price, happens. If you end up failing, it is very likely that about 80% of the total transaction will get burned in gas. So if you are minting 5 of them, that 0.5 plus whatever you gas up to, maybe you start to touch up to like 1 ETH, it would be the total value of what gets spent there. You could, if you fail, be looking at about a 0.8 ETH transaction fail. Most of the time when transactions fail on mints, if you get outgassed and you don't win that gas war, is a small fraction of it. But there seems to be some issues with the way that this was coded. In doing so, to save a lot of gas on successful mints, the fails are looking like they're going to be very expensive. Again, this isn't FUD. There's nothing wrong with Tubby Cats or anything like that. But just if you are proceeding with a gas war in this, proceed with caution, I guess. I don't know. The team has been made aware of it, but they seem to say that it can't be fixed now. So just a word to the wise if you're participating in the gas war on this.
And you started this by saying, "Don't worry, this isn't FUD." Quite the opposite. For this to even exist, it means that this is going to be a cook. The idea that people are going to be gassing this, and you got to be careful. They're warning you. You're probably going to lose most of your gwei if you fail here. So this is obviously going to be a cook, and that's why this warning is out there. Quite the opposite of FUD. Watch out for this one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the actual project. And like you said, actually, when you look at it in the opposite sense, there's a lot of baked in risk, right? And that does translate into floor price potentially. So we'll see how it goes. But again, I wouldn't.
Yes, go ahead.
No, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be spending a good fraction of my liquidity trying to mint this in the event that it fails and you really get burned, because being left with nothing is going to hurt.
Yeah. Well, Rips, you know what it is? Mutant Kaijus. Rips is saying he just listed the uglier of his 2 mutant kaijus above the floor and it sold in 1 minute. LOL. We got to understand, Rips. You're a celebrity within the kaiju community. To own one of Rip's babies or mutants, I mean, that's a flex, buddy. That's a flex. You shouldn't be surprised. You should have listed that 5x floor. You just seen it fly same amount of time, 1 minute. But good job there, Nick. A great trade. Congrats, my friend.
Well, just listed the uglier. Isn't the whole point of the mutants to be uglier? Shouldn't you have listed the better looking?
Maybe that meant it was better looking. You're not thinking correctly here. Maybe it was ugly. It was the uglier mutant, which means it was the better looking mutant. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's enough out of you. No, yes. We talked about Critterz yesterday. This is just a quick recap of, talking about getting some run-on effects from NFT World's wrong screen there. NFT World's pump. I don't even know what that's at. Have you checked in on NFT Worlds at all?
I think there was a slight pullback.
That doesn't surprise me, and that's not even a bad thing.
I don't know if it was the floor, but the world token certainly pulled back like 50%. I think it's bounced half the way back though. Not like
15 ETH.
Yeah, nothing bearish. Just I think got up to 18 ETH, didn't it?
Yeah, almost 19, I think, before pulling back. I wouldn't be surprised to have seen some sell for higher. But yes, Critterz, the recipient of some big volume. Even after we mentioned it yesterday, Critterz floor ran up to about 2.6, 2.5 ETH, fell back. I was pleasantly surprised to see it this morning at 2.4, since refreshing slightly lower than that. The Critterz plots went absolutely bananas yesterday and started flying up to about 0.45. There were some bigger sales on ones closer to spawn, as they tend to command more value. And then Block, which we pointed out around 22 cents yesterday, shot up all the way up to almost 46 cents at one point. So eyes are on metaverse gameplay that exists, things that are currently being built, things that are currently playable. I know there's still a bunch of people in the DGen dojo and in AlphaMint that have been regularly playing this. And I mean, I think that just shows, like, congratulations, you have been playing through thick and thin. But I think it's a big testament to the fact that people are actually just enjoying playing the game independent of the price that's going on in the market. And as you always say, it's got to be about more than just the money. And Critterz is, I think, a fantastic example of that. And it continues to build, it continues to grow, it continues to suck more people up into it, and now we're seeing the effects of it happen in the price. So
yeah, and I mean,
this is a great run.
Yeah, and you mentioned plots and you mentioned near spawn, and I just wanted to drop a little alpha on the show. I noticed a 3x3 plot just sitting there at 8.888 ETH. And now I know the price is a little forward looking, but if you're somebody who has vision, if you're somebody who can, see into the future, I couldn't think of a better way to start setting your footprint down in the metaverse than buying this plot right near spawn for 8.888 ETH.
Yeah. And I got to say, guys, for any of you that weren't involved in this project from the mint, if you could see how far it's come in that, month and a half period of time, it should only be a bullish sign that the team just continues to yesterday. One of the big things that they did was these plots now on OpenSea update in real time. You still have to refresh the metadata, but if you were to build a house on this plot of land and you refresh the metadata, that house would show up on there. So that's really cool. That's something that NFT Worlds does. But they just keep adding on functionality and keep growing their ecosystem there. So, if you're sitting there looking at NFT Worlds as like, man, I wish I'd got in, man, I wish I hadn't sold it. Look at this thing. Someone built that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
People are out of their minds.
Busy. It is sitting here for you. Point two.
That's a Pikuman, isn't it?
That is, yeah. Is that somebody's going to correct me if I'm wrong? I think that's Mewtwo or Mew. I don't know. I'm not a Pokemon. My son talks about them all the time.
Snowy tundra, I see.
Yeah.
How do you get, like, is that just random weather that comes through, or can you?
Nope. No. That is like built into the.
I want it. I
think you can go buy one. Look,
I'm a.
I gotta connect.
No, I'm a big skier. I'm a big snow person. I don't like the heat. I don't like warm weather like some of these people that need to be in, Southern California or Florida. I like cold, uncomfortable tundras where you go outside and you're like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah, you would just buy or mint land up in like one of these areas. Just go right in there.
No, I have I just think that everybody listening, if you were going to form a DAO, it would be to buy this 3x3 plot in your spawn. There's just none. There's just none like it. I just think that's the key.
All right, cool. 3x3 spot. You're shameless, man.
Yeah, I agree, Corey. I ain't making it in that biome. That's why all my critters are rented out to people who are making it. They can just pay me a VIG. I'm happy. Let them make all the block. I'll take a VIG. My assets go up in value. I mint land every once in a while. I'm feeling good. You're right, Corey. I tried. Believe me, I tried. I'm no Agmauer. This man knows how to craft his mines. I am beyond.
I want to know what people are building here. Look at this. All these like.
Yeah, it's actually off-putting seeing that. It feels threatening to me. I feel like that plot of land is threatening me somehow.
Like crop circles or something. You've been watching signs.
Yeah.
What does it mean, man? That's awesome. Okay, let's talk really quickly about star catchers, and we'll throw some music on it and just to vibe out at this point. Actually, you know what? I've got some other things. I know people are waiting for us to say something about star catchers. Snoop Doggs, the Doggies minted yesterday as well. The 3D voxels. Snoop Dogg's avatars for Sandbox, doing incredibly well. 0.9 ETH floor right now, about 3,000 left mint. But Snoop Dogg continues to be a real world leader in the NFT space. I think these actually look pretty cool. The animations that they have are pretty fun as well. A lot of people are like, why are you going to wear a 3D animated Snoop Dogg or whatever? But I mean, people do that all the time, and like the Fortnite and stuff like that. Like, The Rock being in that game was a big deal, and things like that. So, see no reason why these aren't going to continue to cook.
Elaine, do you have orcs? You're saying I wish you could lend your orc. Do you have orc? Because I agree with you. In fact, on the awesome community spaces we had yesterday, we brought that up. I actually talked about renting as one of the big features I'm waiting for. The only issue right now is orcs are very passive. Okay, there's not a lot to do. What makes Minecraft or what makes Critterz so compelling as a renting vehicle is that to earn block, you got to do things. You need to be in there. You got to be moved. I don't have to do anything to earn Zug. It's earned automatically and passively as my orcs are staked. When I raid, I don't really have to do anything. I just put them into raid and wait. So I definitely think that orc rentals are coming. They're building out their own metaverse. I mean, guys, we talk about metaverse land, one of the hottest metas, all this stuff going on right now. I think when the orcs come out with their metaverse, big things could happen. And once that occurs and you can earn Zug by participating in the game actively, rentals are coming and they're going to be spectacular. I'm with you, Elaine. I look forward to it.
Someone's asking me to play the Starcatchers song or Star Wolves music. Did you hear that yesterday?
No.
I think it was by Shiggy Shaman.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play. I got to pull it up and share a different screen later, but I will grab that.
Speaking of shamans, I have to sell. What?
It's all roads lead back to the orcs.
I have to actually sell some potions and.
Oh, that's you? Oh shit! I'm sorry, man. Fuck. Now you're just shamelessly self-promoting yourself on this stream. Now I can't share it. I had no clue. My bad.
What? Okay, so so I have to sell some potions and some training dummies to put my orcs into raid right now. And I wanted to know if you guys want to hear what it's like when you go visit the potion trader, the vendor. You guys want to hear?
Do we have a choice?
Okay, here we go.
My potions are too strong for you, traveler, but I'll buy some of yours.
Huh?
I picture that as you like opening up a weed shop in the future. And you're like, my shit's too strong for you, man.
Are you saying I'm a troll that lives under a bridge? What are you trying to do?
Well, you made me blur out the image of you showing up on screen, and it wasn't because you didn't want to dox yourself. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm free market. I'm just joking.
I know.
Good. I know you weren't. It's all good. You're not a troll.
I like when people are joking and I don't laugh, and then I watch them squirm for 30 seconds. I'm very good at. There's a tale of Lorne Michaels. If you ever audition for Saturday, think about this. Now we know Saturday Night Live's all about the ha-has. Okay, this is a comedy. This is a comedy show. Lorne Michaels is notorious for not laughing at anything. This guy is a comedy legend. He doesn't laugh at anything. And to get on Saturday Night Live, you have to go in front of him and do bits and do things. And he sits there with a straight face, watches you leave it all on the
that would be so off.
Can you imagine that audition? They say it's the toughest audition the guy doesn't laugh. Comedy legend, mastermind, doesn't laugh. I love that story so much. Good stuff.
Well, hey, like you're in comedy, you're in the business of selling reactions, and when you don't get reactions out of people, it's tough. So yes, I could see that being very, very, very off-putting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck. Let's do it. I'm gonna throw the. I'm gonna buy one if I can rent it. I'm gonna throw the link to jump up on stage with us in the AM show chat here. If anyone wants to partake, I'm going to throw some music on and we're going to talk about Starcatchers. I think that's about time.
Save the best for last.
Yeah, why not? I mean, there's not a ton to talk about with Starcatchers other than how good this pre-reveal screen looks. I mean, I'm ready to go hit the gym after this just to like start getting there. I want to be this, look at it.
Shout out to the young queen Ariel, who is the artist behind the pre-reveal image, of which we got some inside scoops yesterday on the Lemon Sesh that they were debating. They didn't know what they were going to use as their image. And when they ended up settling on Buff Star, I think they actually committed a stroke of genius, as yesterday, when we were kind of celebrating the mint, we all put on our Buff Stars, and boy, did we look good. We were causing some hot flashes in the audience. Some of the ladies would come up, and I don't know if they could handle it. I even heard some very aggressive, as I think people were attempting to blow that cloud right out of the way of his special area.
I was not sure where you were going with that.
Hey!
Finger over the.
That was the weirdest shout out of all time. But that said, so we were so excited to mint these yesterday. The mint has gone as smooth as humanly possible. You want to talk about not taking the amount of Gwei? It quotes you. It would charge about a third of whatever Gwei was. So different for everybody, but it depended on when you minted, and you paid. I think I minted at 160 and paid about $60 in Gwei.
Very palatable.
Yep. Very efficient contract. Most people who have whitelist insta-minted. Yeah, it was funny. Yeah. Everyone knows you had 2 days, and it was like, nope, I'm gassing this motherfucker. I need mine now. I need it now. So these were great. Of course, they got off to a very hot start as supply was constricted for the first few hours. We saw a ton of sales above 1.2. We saw a lot of 1.3 sales, and now
it held 0.9 for a while too.
It did.
Like, it was kind of flopping around there.
Yep. And now, everyone was asking me, what's the Starlist line? Everyone wanted to know what it was. I said, if it opens between 0.4, 0.6, I'm going to be aping the secondary. Yesterday, as it hovered above 1, I mean, I got very celebratory. I thought, man, are these going to go to 2 or 3? Is it that type of cook right off the bat? But here's the 2 factors at play here. We have a very long and not very long compared to other projects, but a longer than normal pre-reveal, as it's a 2-day pre-sale plus the 1-day public raffle they'll hold for any ones that aren't left, right? So it's 3 days from now, and then it'll be 24 hours after that. So it's a 4-day reveal. This is NFTs. Anyone who wants to buy one of these things either was in the pre-sale or bought in the first few hours. Now, we got 4 days to wait. This is the inevitable pullback, which is why I didn't FOMO in. I was sitting there watching with everyone. Everyone knows how bullish I am on this project, and I want more than the ones I was able to pre-mint and all that good stuff. That said, I waited patiently, and now it's come into my target. So I'm actually going to be shopping Star. I think it could go maybe even to 0.5. So I'm going to be shopping Star Catchers today. We talk about, I know a lot of people are excited for the ETH they could have made. I know a lot of people are expecting a very nice cook, which I do think these will. I have not been as excited for a reveal since Little Lemon Friends. I think these are going to blow us out of the water. And more than anything, I want to see the ones I got. And I'm being completely honest about that. I care. I want these to go to 100 ETH, all that good stuff. I just want to see what I have. The previews have blown me away. I am holding through reveal. I don't care if it's 5 ETH at reveal. I don't care if it's 0.5 ETH at reveal. I'm holding these through to see what I got. I'm going to snipe ones I like after the... it's funny. I always hope when I'm in, I actually get 1 or 2 I don't like. Not that I hate, just 1 or 2 that I'm like, yeah, I'll easily be able to sell those when a pump comes, but I'll snipe ones that I love right after reveal. Doesn't mean that they are, doesn't mean that they're rares, or just ones I like. Could be good commons, could be whatever. That's how I like to play these projects that I know are going to be a hodl for me, and I don't really pay attention to short-term fluctuations. Remember, this project was we're nothing. Don't look to us for a roadmap. Don't next. When us. Of course, there's more coming. But we don't want you buying these for that reason. We want you buying these because it's us, because it's star catchers, because we made this beautiful art. And if it resonates with you, please come take the journey. So here I am taking the journey with some of my favorite people, with one of my favorite projects. Very excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a tough spot to be in if you were on the allow list and you had to mint 2 and you have conviction in this project, which I do, and I know you do, as you just said, because 2 is that really, really tricky number of like, you know, you can't sell 1 because then you only have 1 left and you don't want to sell that one. So how can you sell that second one? It puts you in this like game theory kind of dilemma. I know a lot of people are in that situation right now. I've saw a lot of talk about, is this a buy right now? Is this a sell right now? I honestly wouldn't want to be doing either, right? I minted, so my cost basis is nice and low. I was looking for like maybe a below 0.6 entry point to scoop up a couple more of them. And now that's not to think that it's not to say that I think they're going to go lower. But I want a couple of these so that I can feel okay with selling them. And at 0.7 right now, I don't know how great that upside is in the short term. As you said, there's no utility, there's no concrete roadmap, and that's not a bad thing. That's not FUD. In fact, I support that. I endorse that. We talk about that a lot on the show. Under promise, over deliver. Manage the expectations, manage the floor. The second you put out a concrete roadmap, people start doing, like you said, when token, when next drop, when this, when that. And people get antsy. So if you want to be in this, here you are. Welcome. I think that's really, really important. But it does create a lot of interesting dynamics if you're trying to trade this and you are trying to make a little bit of money off of it, right? Which is, by and large, what most of us are here to do. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want to be selling or buying at 0.7. I think it's a really stable spot for it, but I do expect it to go higher pre-reveal. I don't know what it would take pre-reveal for me to sell one of these things because, as Free Market also said, I too am excited to see what pops out of this.
Yeah, and Zopal, I totally get you. 2 is very nice because then you can sell one and hold one to the moon. But we're looking at these even deeper. That like this could be I could get one of my forever JPEGs, and forever JPEGs, they're these double-edged swords because, you want them to go to 100 ETH, but it really doesn't matter if it's really your forever JPEG, right? Like if it's the one that you're going to keep, it's the one you just love and you're going to keep, that's the issue, right? So 3 is so much better in that sense because there's 3 phases that you go through. You have the initial pump. Of course, you want to sell one into the initial pump because volume's going to fall and who knows how many weeks or months it'll be till you get that second one. The second or third one, the moonshot that you're holding, well, you're going to want one to sell into that too. Because of course, you hold one for the moon. So you sell one into the initial pump. 5 weeks later, you get the moon and now it's 15 ETH. Well, you either have to sell your forever JPEG or you better have one that you could sell to. So I know it sounds like, you're first world problems. I need 3 instead of 2. But really, if it's a project where you think you're going to find one you kind of want to keep forever or almost forever, 3 is where you want it, especially if you're going to sell one into that initial pump. Because then once you're left with one, that's it. You might as well throw it in the hidden folder. Price is irrelevant to you.
And you got to remember at scale too, right? Like your 1 and 2 might be somebody else's 4 and 6 or 10 and 20, right? It's all about how much you're wanting to scale out of a project, because when you only have 2, selling 1 means I almost just gave everyone the finger. Selling 1 means that you have scaled back your position by 50%, right? And that's a big cut out of your out of your holdings. I personally like multiples of 5, right? Especially for something like this, where you hope that 1 can cover your cost basis on all of them. And then, if this goes up to 2.5 ETH, now you can make the choice of selling 1 or 2, making some really great profit, and then holding those 2 more. Those 2 more are now your moonshot ones. And if it runs up to 15, 20 ETH, you can safely sell 1. And now you're holding 1 for, an indefinite amount of time. Well, but when you only have 2, you're going to be watching that price go up and down and go, fuck, I don't know.
And there are reasons you have a forever JPEG beyond like, oh, I just like this art and I want to keep it. The utility. How many whitelists are you getting from your JPEG? How much alpha do you get in that alpha room? What kind of, these things pay dividends. So you're always giving up the potential dividends they could pay when they're selling. And of course, when it's most of your liquidity, that's not even a question. You're not worrying about the $200 a week or whatever the dividends could end up be paying you. But if you do have that luxury, like, man, I will have a kaiju forever. I gotta always have more than one kaiju if I think I'm going to be selling it to any pump, because I could just never have zero kaijus. I can't.
Well, and that's just it. If you believe in the foreverness of the project, if you have one, you have zero.
Yeah, completely. Well said, sir.
Right? Like, you're just not selling it. This is the dilemma we see time and time again with people who bought one Bored Ape or held one Bored Ape.
Oh,
right?
God, I know.
They're sitting at 100 each. You're thinking, I could go out and buy a house with this tomorrow, but once I'm out, I'm out.
Oh. Or, you sold one at 5. You had 2. You sold one at 5 ETH thinking you were a genius. That 5 ETH is long gone. You bought llamas with it. You bought dick butts. Maybe a creature toad or 2. It's gone. It's there. But now you just got that Bored Ape left.
Yeah, this is one of the very tricky things about like trading and operating in the NFT space. Is one, you're dealing with a pretty illiquid asset, and 2, you're dealing with such weird position sizes, right? Like 3, like you can't fractionalize and sell off 10% of your holdings. You have to
Are you saying they're non-fungible?
Non-fungible NFTs.
No, I'm saying that's what non-fungible means. You can't fractionalize it. It is what it is.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's not fungible.
Well, but this is... No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
I'm telling everyone out there. I feel like most people don't even understand what non-fungible token means.
And this is why people who are flush with liquidity have distinct advantages over people who aren't, because if you look at Pranksy can come in here and buy 25 star catchers. It's not going to make a dent in his portfolio, but if he wants, when they run, he can sell 2, 3, 4 of them, and he's still got a very large holding of it, right? And then it goes up more. You can peel off a couple more, and you're not really worried about what the short-term price action is. But if you want to have 5 of these, maybe it chews up a lot of your liquidity. You have some tough choices to make, and those choices don't exist for all scales of liquidity. Now they have other problems too, right? But they're not in the same way.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, was it yesterday we were talking about Warren Buffett? Or a couple days ago? Oh, no, it was a couple days ago when we were talking about Charlie Munger, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
These guys are dealing with huge portfolios. They can't just 10x it in a year. Maybe somebody who was dealing with $1 million portfolio can.
Yeah. No, I don't think Pranksy gives a shit about star catches, right? And he'll care when they're over 4 ETH. And it doesn't mean anything. He's not going to care that he missed the 10x from 0.4 to 4 ETH. None of his concern. He can't waste his time with that.
Oh, show. What else we got? What else do you want to talk about? What's happening? What's things? Oh my God, we're at an hour and 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's tomorrow?
No, I said I was watching the price of block. I'm going to be watching Invisible Friends closely, rooting so hard for my homies that have whitelists. This is why I love NFTs. This is really why I love NFTs, regardless of. I will always comment on that project in my opinion, as I think they've done things wrong. But man, I can't wait to see you guys. JRP, thank you. Time pieces.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
The unburned floor for me, good sir.
Time, slices of time. Oh, this is the website. Fuck. Give me 20 seconds here.
Yeah, no problem. Maybe JRP, you could even comment. What's the floor on the unburned covers? And do we know how many rares or one of ones are left in the collection? I think we will know based on how high the floor is on the timepieces unburned.
It's not very high. It's 0.095 right now.
Interesting. At that price, there's probably not a ton of the rares left. How many are left? 5,400 out of 20K. 75% have been burned.
Well, you put this up to me. You said I was going to burn my second one. I might actually do it.
That's what I was. That's what I was even going to say. Do you have a rare cover?
Do I?
No. Oh no. Sorry, I was talking to JRP. Apologies. Do you have a rare cover? Some of the covers are more rare. You can go organize by properties and see what the floor on your cover is. Go double check that your cover isn't one of the most desirable ones. And then yeah, I guess it's up to you if you want to gamble. It's a long shot. If you don't have a rare cover and it's only worth 0.095, yeah. So just organize your cover, see if it's rare. Here's what I would tell you. I would keep a rare cover and I would burn a common one and gamble. What's the floor on the burn? Half of it? I mean, what are you risking? Half to get the...
About a third.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know, JRP.
Either are overly expensive, so I mean, you know, it's like one of those things.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think you're dying for the 0.1 JRP. I would, if you have a rare cover that's aesthetically pleasing to you, I would keep it. And if you have a common, I'd burn it and gamble. Try to get.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna burn it.
Ooh, you're gonna burn yours live on the air. Let's go
live on the air. I actually don't even NFT got time.
We throw some hundreds up in the chat for R2. I know. I say that on Spaces. I can't even say that anymore. There's
Yeah, they got rid of it.
Yeah, but we.
What the hell was that about?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna have it green, just because I don't keep my connected browser up.
There we go, King Lawson. Hundreds on the chat. Let's go. We gotta get.
Yeah, you could still do that here.
Yeah, we gotta get you a drift or a clon. I think we gotta get you a clon or a drift, baby. Let's go.
Okay. So I have this burn. I'm gonna burn a 1935, 1923 time cover, not overly rare. Not the floor. Burning it right now.
Let's go. Let's go.
Sending it through. It's going to cost me about 0.01, or that's what it's quoting me.
Lemon.
Let's go.
Come on. Let's get that drifter. It's going to be a beautiful shot in New York.
Oh, I didn't even notice this animation of the cover burning. That's like, it kind of feels dirty. All right. Ooh. The deed has been done.
Dun, 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 dun. Drum roll, please.
It's not showing up yet. I hope this doesn't take very long. I don't think it takes very long, does it?
It takes 30 seconds.
Look at these hundreds. Come on, let's go.
I know. We're getting
love it. I feel like I'm in
this energy is gonna will a drift right into your. You know, me and Drift we're best buds. I don't know.
Got a 504 error from OpenSea. Thank you so much.
Did you know that Drifter Shoots and old FMC there were best buds?
No.
I'll admit he doesn't follow me yet, but we do chat in the D. I just think it's a slight oversight. You can't ask someone to follow you. That's weird. But I gave him a lemon. I admit I gifted him a lemon.
Fun politics of Twitter.
Yeah. No, I gifted him. Well, look, when Drift follows somebody, it sends a message. I respect this man's brand. I respect his art. I want nothing but to hang out and smoke a doink with him when he comes to New York next.
I think I'm getting rugged by.
Are you?
By
shout out to fellow Lemon New Notes, who is actually doing a collab with Drifter. I'm not going to talk about where the location. This is all secret. We can't even reveal what's going to happen. But here's some alpha. Old FMC may fly out. Go up there with them, and while I won't do the risky shots where I walk on places, I want to be the guy who takes pictures of them doing what they're doing. So like there's got to be someone a little lower, somewhere safe, attached to a rope that's double knotted and extra double triple knots, and then he should take pictures of the people doing the things. I think that would be a series. That would be where my never mind. Alpha. I don't know render punks, my friend. I will write it down, and we'll check it out after the show. And ideally, I can give you a little spiel on it tomorrow, good sir.
I've just gotten completely rugged by OpenSea now. OpenSea went down. I can't
I know.
even open
The reveal going to be tomorrow.
It looks like an eyeball. And I got a dual cover. There's a hand holding a cup with a turtle and an eyeball.
Man, we made people type all those hundreds for nothing. I'm sorry, everybody. We won't make you do that again.
Why not?
Because it's hard to just get over.
What's going on with OpenSea?
Out of pocket. Yeah, Illuminati.
Get out of here.
Called it out of pocket. Out of pocket.
Fuck out of here.
Come on, Keith. Come on, Ty. Come on, Ty. What's happening? Why couldn't we get my man R2 a 101? He needs a drift.
Well, at least I didn't get another rug. Like I literally got a rug.
Yes.
On the first time one. My dog just decided that he just wants to play fetch now.
Is he being out of
old pupper out of pocket. Out of pocket.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Well, what do we got going on today? Nothing. We're just hanging out, chilling, watching Star Catchers, burning some timepieces, watch Visible Friends go down.
Yep.
Et cetera, et cetera. Playing some
Minecraft. I'm going to be aping the Star Catchers secondary as these come right into FMC's exact target that he quoted on this show numerous times. I will be also getting ready for Wonder Pack. You know, it's funny because I never decide things. I've already decided ahead of time. When I mint my 1-of-1 Wonder Pals, I am selling that into the first pump with glee and joy. I am turning around with that ETH, and I am buying Hello Kitty lemons, and I am buying Star Catchers. It is decided. Thank you, Mina, for the beautiful project and the 1-of-1 I'm about to mint. I respect your hustle. I love your project. You've just given me no choice because I can only mint one. This is not a reflection on the quality, the cuteness, and the absolute chattiness of this beautiful project you're making, Mina, because I love you. I love Wonder Pal. But limiting me to one, I gotta do what I gotta do. That's all. I'm sure I know you don't mind. I'm just telling my audience as well. You're a queen. I'm so in awe.
Cass, if you want to come on, yeah, jump in quick. Dude, what are you doing? Why are you going crazy all of a sudden?
He smells the fear out too.
The fear?
Yeah.
Crazy predator.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was getting bored. He's like, not paying attention to me. Oh, yeah. There he is. All right. Cass, what's that?
Nothing. My homie Lamonti actually got his creature toad put on canvas, and he put it on his wall. So I just wanted to shout out Lamonti. That was beautiful. Good morning, Cass.
Good morning.
Better late than never, eh?
Did you flip your wolf around to the right side? Did you go into the settings and like spend time doing that because it bothered you also?
No, it kind of just does it automatically for some reason.
Huh.
I don't know what.
I guess it's getting smarter. It's R2. The algorithm is learning. I'm getting concerned.
It's learning. The machines are
becoming
smarter.
Mm-hmm.
Sentient.
I was gonna ask.
Look, I have the cash to say sentient any way I want. Thank you.
Sentient.
Now I was gonna ask, what was your thoughts on the mutant kaiju reveals?
In love?
Did you like him?
What'd you say?
Did you like him?
Oh, in absolute love. I'm bowled over. I got a basic one. I have such the worst luck with these pulls. I got R2.
Is that good?
I don't think it's rare, but I like it. I want you to put it on your wall there. Yeah, I love that. Back to Mutant Kaijus. Yeah, I'm terrible. I pulled a basic. I'm actually wearing him in the Degen Dojo because look, I love my basic boys. But I admit they're basic. I was very, very into the mushroom mutants. I didn't get one, but I will be shopping. What about you, Cass? How did you feel about the reveal?
it made me want to get a baby more.
Oh, you like the babies more? And you know what? The babies have utility too. Like I even said earlier in the show, they have more utility than the mutants. So that's fair. I'll take that. I think the babies are some of the best art in existence. I can't knock you.
Yeah, if I was to go on art, I think, I do prefer the babies. But then art is subject. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. So, I was... Yeah, it just pushed me more to babies. Another thing I was gonna ask. Oh, sugar. Sorry, there's something in my eye. The invisible friends chat when you were talking about invisible friends earlier on. Do you not think that they could be a community already because of the amount of time that Discord has been open and run?
I just think that right now there's too many people in there that have zero shot at getting one of these. There's only 5,000 of them in existence, and that's fine, great supply and whatnot. But I don't know how can you sustain a good community with that many people that aren't going to be able to participate?
Well, no, I get that. I totally get that. But I don't think it was purposely their fault, because
no, I don't either. But
man, Cass doesn't like any of FMC's takes this morning.
No, I'm sorry.
Down the clothesline.
Don't apologize. Disagree with
no,
him.
don't apologize. Disagree. I need to be put in my place. I've heard I get out of pocket.
No, not at all. Not at all. I was just thinking about it because I remember when I first heard about it, which was November, December, something like that, which is about 2-3 months. And given if they came out back then and released back then, it could have been seen as a cash grab even, but they might have built a community of some sort, because I know a few people that have been in there from day one, and yes, they did grind their freaking socks off, but when they're there, it's like they already know they're going to have that NFT, so it could potentially be the kind of, a bit like Star Wolves. Like,
are the people telling you they're gonna hold?
Yeah, some of them, 1 or 2.
Interesting.
1 or 2, but then that's because they've been in the process from 3-4 months ago. Probably the same. Yeah.
My gut is these are all going to be in the hands of rich people within 2 weeks, and they're not going to be on Discord ever.
Probably, more than likely. It wouldn't surprise me because of the amount of hype and the amount of. But then that's another thing in that people buy communities, and then.
True.
So
that's fair. You never know. You never know.
You never know.
I do not want to say, because I don't know anything that's going on in there. So I would love to have you have friends, I have friends who have it. I'd love to hear it from them. I shouldn't say too much.
Yeah, no, they seem. Well, I can understand why there could be a process. You could be right. It could be like the whole Mecca turnaround and flop kind of. I get that. And no one can really know what. You can't build a community. It happens, innit?
It can't be. Like I said, I don't think we knew if there was a kaiju community until the tide went out in December. That was when we found out if there was one. We don't know. I guess the better point is we won't know if there's a. So that's where I think Sotheby's is out ahead of their skis. You just can't know until you get that first pullback, until you get that quiet period. You don't know what's there. You don't know what's left.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to watch one way or another. But yes, the tide coming out is a good way to look at it.
Another thing, star catchers, like,
yeah.
Are you bullish on it? Like, are you like yes, or is it like?
Everyone asked for my predictions on price with all the projects launching this week, and I said my prediction for highest price 1 week after mint, keeping Invisible Friends out of it, as I feel that's the outlier, was Wonder Pals. I think Wonder Pals will have the highest floor 1 week from mint. I think Star Catchers is not a slow builder in Lemon's terms. It didn't start as 0.02 with a very small community, but a slow builder in Doodle's terms, right? Didn't Doodles get out to 2 ETH on the initial pump, fall back to 0.75, and then take 3 or 4 months to get up to where it is now? That's what I see happening with Starcatcher.
But what's the community like in Starcatcher?
Fabulous. So it's small because they've kept the Discord locked. The reason I say it's fabulous is because of the off-Discord events that they've had. And whether that is game nights, poker nights, meme contests, group voice calls, events like that, I think so often a lot of the quote-unquote community happens outside of Discord, especially in the best ones. So I think they have a legitimate community with people who are going to be dedicated. You know, there's a lot of thought leaders on that project, and I think they're going to be dedicated to keeping that vibe going and nursing it. I personally am more, as bullish on this as I was on Lemons. This is my next baby, the next one I want to foster here. So everyone can make their own assessments there.
Critterz saying Invisible Friends is the third project from Random Character Collective, so the Discord is already a community of Slim Hood and Mood Roller.
Yeah. And I heard about that community before they announced Invisible Friends. So you want to talk about hearing hearsay and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, they did have a community beforehand.
Didn't realize that. Never heard of them.
Yep.
Yeah, they got weird little things that were more or less nothing, and then pumped to 1 ETH because when
I know. There was a community there. You mean there was a bunch of people with shit in their hidden wallet that congregated the moment they saw it was worth 10 ETH? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There is that. But then I was in Atomverse yesterday.
Yeah.
We were talking about community. Yeah, like I minted and I kind of sold more lessons.
Oh, I forgot about Atomverse. That was a shit show too.
Yeah,
that was the best nonchalant comment on a $1 million launch I've ever heard.
It was so bad. Like I went into and it's sad. It was actually sad to hear it. Like I jumped in the voice chat and hearing people actually say like, what are these idiots doing? They're selling at a loss, and just hopeful that they're gonna hold for like years, and they might do, and it might go to the moon. Fair enough. But
it blows people's minds that other people are willing to cut their losses.
Yeah, it really does. Knowing that something's about to completely tank and not really go.
If you buy something and then all of a sudden the writing is on the wall that it's not looking good and you cut your loss, like bravo. But then people on the other side are like, what the fuck are these? Now, every once in a while you see some weird shit, like somebody buying and then just instantly listing lower. You're like, what are you doing? But like, you know, that's one of the pitfalls of a Dutch auction is, you know, you try and build up all that hype so that it sells out at the highest level. You get some people into it, but then once you realize it's not selling out, everyone's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Well, there are traders in there that are, you know, emotionally detached enough to just say, fuck it. I'm just going to undercut the floor, recoup my losses, because if this thing goes way lower, I can either just mint again, or at least I'm not going to get my ass handed to me, right? So they'll take that 0.1 loss or that 0.2 loss happily, but the Dutch auction gets fucked over, which is why Dutch auctions are dangerous, because now the secondary is taking this downward trajectory. But it really boggles people's minds that somebody would sell something for a loss. And those people in those discords, when I was, you know, hanging out in the Squiggles Discord, watching all that go down, like people were convinced that it was every other NFT project fudding them and willing to lose tens of thousands of dollars so that this thing goes down to zero. And it's just like, that's just not the case.
No, it's the truth, and it's a normal trend because there's thousands of NFT projects, like absolutely thousands. Oh, hello! I just see an ape beside me. Oh, Kong.
I was just bringing Yamara up as well. I saw him jump.
Okay. I got baffled there for a second. I was like, "Who's this guy?"
But that wasn't like a hint or anything.
Today, he's so cheeky.
Cheeky.
Get a hold of yourself.
Get a grip, man. Yamar, are you there?
Yeah, man, what's going on, gentlemen? Long time no see, no chat.
What up, homie?
Wow, what's going on?
How it be?
Slick voice, man. Shit.
Yeah.
I just hear some smoothness. I was like, boy. I mean, why?
They're like late night jazz radio.
I
I'm
know.
gonna slow it down for y'all.
It even works with the Yamaha. Hey, talk to me.
Hey.
So I haven't really heard anybody really be talking about Gojira Gen 2. What are you guys' opinion on that?
Oh, I saw this floating around. Was this that random one that minted a while ago that looked really bad?
So that's their Gen 1 that minted in October. It was at 25 Ether floor.
Yeah.
There's only 333 of them. The community Shan, I mean, the leader, I didn't really know about it, but I spoke to him, and what he's doing really motivated me to really get into their community. And I actually have a whitelist for one, and then I private sold and bought a second one for 2 Ether.
Huh.
The
No,
V1 you're saying?
I'm sorry?
You mean you bought a V1, like a Genesis, the ones that are 25 ETH right now for 2 ETH?
No, so there's it's the Gen 1 right there that R2 just pulled up. I don't know what's the floor, and it's a little small for me. I can't see.
It's 18, yeah.
And there's 333 of them, and the Gen 2 is 3333. They haven't minted yet. They're supposed to be on the 27th. It's a 0.09 mint.
They're alpha passes, right? I mean, this is like Neo Tokyo based.
It's just a community essentially for these. And for the Gen 2, if I remember, they're gonna have some like utility with the Gen 2.
Gotcha. He gets whitelists for his community.
Yeah, and I mean, there's only like 2,500 people in their Discord. It's a locked Discord. I mean, the alpha is very, very good. I mean, it's a very, very good community. I mean, all the founders, they're communicating and talking to everyone.
Yeah. They have 111 less passes than we do.
Scarce.
Thought that was interesting.
But the Gen 2 is coming up, so it's probably something you want to keep on your radar.
Is whitelist still open, or is it closed now?
So they actually just finished scrubbing the whitelist, and some of the people that collabed that with them, they used burner wallets, and they discovered that, and so 15 more spots just became available.
Raffle.
So they're doing that only for their Discord members now.
Private, I'm guessing.
It's just because they were trying to mint on the 27th, and now they're not going to be able to mint on the 27th because of this issue. So now they're probably going to have to push back, and they're just trying to get it. They're just trying to get past this whitelist thing because they were not expecting it.
All right, cool. All right,
This is wild to me. I'm looking at like the price action and stuff like that.
I mean,
we were right down there.
Yeah, definitely. Damn. I wish we had access to that whitelist, but yeah, we're gonna keep a lookout for those. Thank you for that tip in alpha. This has been like the talk of NFT world. Not NFT worlds, but the NFT world as Gojira's. Not everyone's favorite art, but certainly everyone's favorite price. Now,
well, that's why I thought this was just like a joke or a meme or something. Like, no offense, Yamar. I was just like, I saw it get thrown around, and I was like, what's that like that really random project? And I had no idea that it went up to 25 ETH floor. Incredible.
It shows the power of community. This is
100%. Yep.
Yeah, I will say the exact same thing. When I seen this in October, I was like, I'm not going to buy this because the art was terrible to me.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything about the community.
Not just you, Yamar.
And then I spoke to Shan, the founder, or the co-founder, and like the way he spoke and everything, like really motivated me because he only cares about his community. He doesn't care about the money. And like the whole Gen 2, every single bit of the money is going into a treasury wallet. There's no profit coming out of it. And what he's doing for the community is going to be crazy. They did a bid where you could bid for spots for the Gen 2 whitelist, essentially. And there's bids all the way up to 12 Ether. And the funny thing is anybody that bid 5 Ether or more, he did not even give any of those people whitelist. He wanted the people that wouldn't be able to afford it. So basically anybody that bid less than 5 Ether, he gave whitelisted those people only.
Oh, wow.
Because he wanted the people that couldn't afford like the buy-in for this, right? Not many people can go spend 18 Ether on one of these, right? So he wanted the people that couldn't afford it to get into their community, and that's what he wants to really do. So definitely keep it on your radar. Tentative date is the 27th, so it may or may not get pushed back.
The one thing I would say in regards to this project to add more hype to it, I suppose, there was a project called Rams. These Rams, I forgot the name of them, but they tried to pull out a marketplace with just two whitelists of this project coming up, and it took the floor from like literally 0.05 all the way up to 0.2, just because of an opportunity to get one of these whitelists. So there is a lot of smoke around this project at the moment.
Interesting. Recon Rams, Decoy is saying.
That's it, Recon Rams, that's it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks, Yamar. I appreciate you coming up and talking about that. It's been a while since you've been up here.
Yeah, I've been working on something. I've talked to Novo about it, so I've been in the shadows, lurking, working on something. So, but yeah,
it's the best way to do it. All right, gentlemen, we are going to wrap the show up 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I appreciate you both coming up here. It's always a pleasure, Cass and Yamar. But I am going to be kicking you off. We'll see you in the dojo.
All right, cheers, man. I love you. Thanks for
free
coming.
market. Anything else you want to talk about?
No.
You got to jump onto your lemon squeeze pretty soon, eh?
Yep, lemon squeeze time.
Lemon squeeze
those lemons.
I'm gonna do this one thing. I'm gonna finish this show off with the Star Wolves song that was brought up. The shameless self-promotion of Shiggy Shaman.
Chicka chicka cha.
Did you hear this? Have you heard it yet?
I'm gonna hear it now.
Hold on, let me just pull it up. After the song's over, I'm ending the stream, so I'll let you do your words too. But let me just get this first. I can never find what I'm doing here. Here we go. I gotta mute the music. Turn that off. I'm assuming. Hold on. Let me see. Can you hear it? It's not playing yet. Where is it? Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's good?
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for showing up today. I'm going to finish the show with that afterwards. But as we always say, it's the show is recorded on YouTube and Spotify if you want to just listen to it while you're doing stuff. Thank you so much for everyone that came in. Lots of great talk surrounding Invisible Friends, Star Catchers, the Mutant Ape reveal, God, what else did we talk about? Free Market's doing the Lemonettes project now. The Snoop Dogg drop happened. The Tubby Cats contract issue. Lots of good stuff. Yeah, we're going to do this again tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you all there. Free Market, take us away.
Good luck at the table, Star Wolves.
Hey, Star Wolves is the gang, no backing down when it rains. The pack is out and I'm backing out, it's a full moon when we race. Gotta stack it up for my lil pups, I make big bucks on this game. Always ride out for the mother wolf, anytime she calling my name. Star Wolves is the gang, no backing down when it rains. The pack is out and I'm backing out, it's a full moon when we race. Gotta it up for my little pups. I make big bucks on this game. Always ride out for the mother wolf. Anytime she calling my name, anytime she calling my name. Hold up, I be out with my gang. Put my armor on, it's a martyrdom. If you try and take on my race, got my pack now in the background, and my boys don't like to behave. It's a full moon and we howl out, then you best be out of our way. I'm a star wolf, and I represent for the space. I'm a testament, and my etiquette is in everything that I say. I hold it down for the wolf pack, and they give it back to me the same. You can find me out in the moon lounge, sending mother blessings your way. Star Wolves is the gang, no backing down when it rains. The pack is out and I'm blacking out, it's a full moon when we rage. Gotta stack it up for my lil pups, make big bucks on this game. Always ride out for the mother wolf, anytime she calling my name. Star Wolves is the gang, no backing down when it rains. The pack is out and I'm blacking out, it's a full moon when we rage. Gotta stack it up for my lil pups, I make big bucks on this game. Always ride out for the mother wolf, anytime she calling my name. Cause I am a genesis, ain't no competitors. Follow my crew, always seeking intelligence. We on the move, I holler at the moon. So what you gon' do when we hunt like the predator? Nothing to prove, we looking for food. I'm out in the forest, I'm stacking this medicine. This is the story, the glory is more than the prize. The effort we give is our evidence, we on the grind all day. I steady be checking my messages, yeah I got the time all day. Ain't no way that you'll get ahead of us, I know that we on our way. We can survive through the exodus, yeah we got the vibe on the premises. Yes, our ascent will be excellent. Star Wolves is the gang, no backing down when it rains. The pack is out and I'm blacking out, it's a full moon when we rage. Gotta stack it up for my lil pups, I make big bucks on this game. Always ride out for the mother wolf, anytime she calling my name.